Switch the view around. Okay, this is what I have going on tonight. I am going out tomorrow. Um, I decided to put some Mrs. Fields cookies, and then we have the socks in the mug with the marshmallow peppermint spoon. And then I did a full box of Swiss Miss hot chocolate. And then we've got this solar Santa Claus light. So this is a female's concept, obviously. This is a man's or a teenage boy's concept because the socks have been stipulated to men's size. I think it's like 9 through 12. So I put in a full Tootsie Roll bank. It's a change. You can put change in it and keep your change in there. And there's 3 servings of hot cocoa, and then the Santa cup, and then the bundle of Tootsie Pops. And then we have the socks, and then I switched the mug around to the side of the Santa Claus. So on this next one, what I have is I've got the Tootsie Roll socks. I switched the mug around to the snowman, Tootsie Pops, and then I put the peppermint spoon and marshmallow packet down there between the hot cocoa and the big Tootsie Roll bank. These are a lot of fun to do. So on the next one, I'm going to be doing, a thank you for the hearts. How are you tonight, Lisa? You're such a sweetheart. How are you, sweetie? Cute, cute. Thank you. I'm going out tomorrow, and boy, do I got the chicken wings. I'm so nervous. I just got my change tonight, and right now I'm just trying to get the rest of this stuff done. The big stuff bagged and bowed, and everything is going out because I'm going to be doing 3 locations myself. So basically, there's certain places in my area that are busier than others. So from 2 to 6, I'll be across the street. And then from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. to 12 midnight, I'll be at another location. And then Saturday during the weekends, I'll be at a different location. And so that's going to be for the next 2 weeks, Friday and Saturday. And then Friday and Saturday will be the deal with that. I wanted to show you guys also this concept. This is a snow globe ornament. I showed it to you guys yesterday and said that, I was going to put socks in it. I just adore these. These just came out so adorable. So I got 2 of the Chips Ahoy ones. My fingers are getting in the way. Let me just kind of get like that. You got showing the cookie and the Chips Ahoy. And I put just a little bit of crinkle in there. And then I love how this one turned out. I thought I would just try this. Remember that game Operation when we were kids? So they had socks at DT, and I put them in one of these snow globes, and it is just darling. So I really like how these turned out also. I had to work a little bit to get them in, but the part that I had to work was, getting the cardboard, maneuvering the cardboard up and in there gently as I could. So other than that, they, just work them around and they fell into position quite nicely. So, I was watching last night's live, and, I was watching last night's live, and I was all over I couldn't find my stuff. I felt like I was just so ill prepared. And I got to thinking, I was like, well, no wonder why I'm so frustrated, because I want something, I have to go find it. I want something else, I have to go find it. And oh my gosh, I really, I want to apologize to you guys for that, because it's like, 15 minutes to find something and then give up on that. Okay, we can go to this now and we can go to that now. And, you know, that's just, wow. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, okay, now I know why I feel so frustrated, because I'm not able to get to my stuff easily. And this takes a lot of stuff to be able to do this successfully. So to be able to stay organized in the process of that, especially during crunch time, because I'm getting stuff, I'm building stuff, I'm having to finish one thing and go to another. And I like to bag and bow all at once. So switching around and all that stuff, it just, wow, I just had no idea. You know, I was like, I just had no idea. So I wanted to be better prepared tonight. I am going to be doing the Harlequin ribbon for the majority of these. And then for the female ones, I'm going to do probably 4 of the Swiss Miss. I got the glitter, and I got the candy cane, or the peppermint stripe, or red and white stripe, if you will, that I'm going to be doing with those. I'm going to finish up what I have tonight, because I've been getting ready for tomorrow. So I got my change. I got my $21 bills so that I can give, exchange change. I cleared out the trunk of my car. I brought the dolly in. So tomorrow when I wake up, it's just going to be grab and go, turn and burn, baby. It's like, does anybody, like, how is everybody doing before they go out? Because it's just laughing. I feel like, it's like, trying to read the comments, everything. Hang on. I feel like I don't want to set myself up for great feats yet to be accomplished. Yes, stay hydrated, pack up everything. Yes, ma'am. I feel like I can just like move the whole house, in an hour, and I don't want to do that. That is not the case. There's actually a lot that goes into getting out to the street, right? So I got things in boxes. So I'm going to show you guys how I have things packed up. This is my little method of madness here. So those are the snow globes that I did. That big box is my Uline. I can't believe I've already almost got. I'm about 3/4 the way through that huge box of Uline crinkle. I got those over there on the floor in a box. There's the hat boxes in line next to it. There's the mega box up there by the door. And, so I'm just trying to do that kind of stuff to set myself up for success, because I've been, procrastination is a motherfucker. And I'll get to do something. I'm like, oh, and I can do this and just piddle with this thing for, it's like, what am I doing? And I don't want to do that. So I just wanted to show everyone tonight. I put socks in the snow globe, and they're just super cute. So I'm going to be on the hood of my car. I love being on the hood of my car. It's just so mobile that way. And then I've got things out and ready, so if I do move a lot of stuff, I can just pull up and load up more like that. That's a good plan for success for how I feel. It's how I did it last year. And it did. It worked out really well. So I want to get back to this and building these concepts. Make sure I shower tonight and, just have that good relaxed shower feel to it. Okay, so that is the plan for tonight. I got everything out and ready, and we're going to Move it, move it. Who likes to move it, move it. um, I love this Harlequin ribbon. I basically had this same kind of concept on some other hot cocoa baskets, and I used the Harlequin, and I think this is going to be fun. So everything's very fun. It's very novelty. One thing I did notice about the polka dot CeeLo, people went crazy over it. So I've got a lot of stuff wrapped up in the polka dot, and then some stuff, like this stuff I'm leaving in the 9x20. We got our crinkle and we got all that kind of stuff. So this is just gonna go out the door. And it's gonna get some Harlequin ribbon. It's gonna get a Harlequin bow. So, pardon me. With the Mills baskets, I don't know. I mean, I could go for the snow effect because it does. The polka dot does do that. It gives the gift a snow scene kind of effect. But it's also can be very feminine. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. If I end up needing to go to that, then I will. So. All right, I'm going to get ready to stack our gifts. So I got the Tootsie Roll. I got the hot cocoa. And then I got our bundle. And then the cup and the socks are right here. And I'm going to use this ornament. And this is like a little light bulb solar yard light. Just a cute little decoration light. And the socks. And then I gotta get a peppermint stick for both of these. I pre-did a lot of peppermint sticks and marshmallows last night. So I got lots of these cute little packets. These are pretzel bags, and because they're pretzel bags, they are food safe. So I'm using these. So they're each going to get one of those and one of those. And I suggest be very careful handling these because they break and they taste really good. So I'm not going to be having my usual coffee tonight because I want to be able to get some good rest for tomorrow. Let me get to our 9x20s. So as I'm going through this, like I said, I'm doing two more. Oh gosh, okay, how can I explain? I'm doing three locations: afternoon, evening, and weekends. 3 different places. So depending on how well that goes will depend on how much more things I put together. So that's the plan, Stan. That's the plan. I love being on the hood of my car. It's simple, simple. It doesn't take a lot. I do have the big tables, but that's for the weekend location. But it's just pull up, put things on the hood, put your chair out, and it's just a lot more smoother process. Load up, just put the stuff in the boxes and put it in the trunk. Being handicapped, that has been a friend for that. But so I'm going to try that because I'm excited. The area that I'm going to, and I've got my snowflakes. I did a short on the snowflakes. So on the short with the snowflakes, and I got my little power generator thing. I was going to say that on the thing with the snowflakes, it's going to look great at the night location. It's where the movie theaters is. It's where In-N-Out Burger is. It's like this big plaza, and there's a line like a mile long in In-N-Out Burger. So we'll see how that goes. It's like a nice little hot spot there. Okay. I just love these Tootsie Pops. So we're going to be putting that over in here. It says morning, I'm only a morning person, December 25th. It's funny. All right, so fold, tap. I don't like how that turned out. Let's try and get this in a reasonable kind of a manner here. Standing up. All right, let's see how that looks. Kind of look okay. I really want this to stand out more. All right, maybe I can do something. I just, you know, what's funny is I just can't remember how I did those others. I just did it in a whiz. Here we go. Just kind of get them caught there. All right. All right, and now I'm going to just put some dots on here so these stay secure as I'm going to be putting them in the bag. One thing when we're out there, you know, I want to go that extra measure to make sure things are secure and in place, because we do a lot of pulling, we do a lot of snagging, we're dealing with a lot of elements. Last year it rained, and I had to come in for a bit, and then something said go back out, and I was like, well, okay, I'll go back out, and things jumped off, and that was Valentine's Day. So, you know, I was really thankful for that, to be able to, you know, because it was hard. It was freaking hard. You know, I'd been out there for like, you know, it was hard. I'd been out there for like all week. And yeah, people are last minute, and, you know, we don't know what their circumstances are, but what our business is about is just, you know, helping to meet that in between. That's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Okay, so on the stack, all right, how did I was gonna do this here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crap. This just increased the value. And that's a regular coffee mug. So I could make these 25. I wanted to keep them at 20. What do you guys think? Should we keep this light with it? And, you know, I put it like this here. The mug is going to go up on this stack over here like this. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. And then I could put, you know, the peppermint stick, I could put it in between like this, or I could put it up in the cup. I'm kind of liking it, the in between on this. Kind of helps, you know, to fill in that gap. And then, what would I do with this? This is a good mug. All right. Now making sure this is like stable too. So I could do something like that also. You know, or not. Here, I'll take it out. I'll take it out and we'll keep it at 20. Because, so when I went to DT, they didn't have any more of the half this size Tootsie Roll banks. So I went somewhere else and paid a little bit more money for them. So this actually kind of acts, I shouldn't say kind of, it does. It acts as a 6 item. It should count as 2. And I want to keep the cost low on these. So I'll just set that aside, and now I'm going to go ahead and start our stack and fill our bags. Everything. Okay. Oh my gosh, my vision's so blurry. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this stuff down. Yeah, we're going for 3. We got afternoon, night, and weekends. Okay, so there's that. And I'm going to wiggle this on here. So I went on Dollar Tree's website last night, and I guess the free shipping is over. They did have something on there that was like December, I can't even remember, but they had 3 days highlighted. But what it was that if you ordered online by this date to get it in time for Christmas. So this last 3rd day thing was something about order by December 11th to receive your items in time via expedited shipping. So I don't know what's going on there. When they do that kind of stuff, I like jump on it the day of. So they'll do like today only. They'll do 2 days. I just jump on it. And so I hope people got some stuff in. If you're needing and your business is needing, I really hope that you guys were able to benefit from that. Okay. I want to get that top off. And here we go. Move this gift out of the way. Bring this up and forward. I want to get this thing off. You at least come up here. Get that off of there. I don't want it tearing the bag. These are biters, man. Come on. There we go. There we go. So, I was going to state, I'm excited to get the mega basket out there. Those attract people, guys. And I've got an 8-foot tall snowman with penguins next to it. And it, does this whole little light show thing. Okay. And now I need some of this and some of these. Yeah, it is. It's really a lot of work for what we get out of it. At least for me anyways. Even doing in multiples, lining them up and doing multiples. Because you gotta take account for the time, the gas, all that kind of stuff. I'll say, it keeps your hands busy. It's great meeting people. I'm curious to see what this year's gonna bring. So, yeah, so I'm gonna be going out for the next 2 weeks on the next 2 weekends. Let's see, about right there. And particularly make it a point to get out on Friday because that's payday for people. Yeah, make it user friendly. Set up a little drive-through where they can just drive by, point. That's what happened last year, man. It was like a little valet thing going on. they'd pull up, point, you know, and I'd bring it right to them. They got a kick out of that, and the truth is, so did I. Um, just made everything go faster, you know. A lot of people were tired at the end of their day, and you know, construction workers, they don't want to go trudging in with their muddy boots and stuff into the stores. So they, you know, they like our kind of a thing because we take all that away from them. They don't have to go trudging in the stores. They don't have to do a lot of thinking. We just pull up and, you know, we do the rest. All right, that didn't stick and stay. So, last night I got some sachets. I got a ton of sachets, right? I went ahead and paid for the shipping because the shipping was, you know, sachets are light. So I went ahead and paid for the shipping. And I got one of each kind that they had, a whole case of them. You know, a big case of each kind that they had. You know, I'm getting all giddy and excited about it, and, you know, thinking of different ways that I'm going to use them and wondering what they're going to smell like and all that stuff. And I watched Hope's latest, Hope with JCD Creation. She did a live where she was browsing the stores, and she found the sachets, you know, the 25-cent ones in DT, and she said she couldn't smell them. I'm like, oh no. So here I just bought all of those sachets, and she can't smell them. So, you know, oh no. That's just all I'm thinking right now. And she had went through, you know, the rack that they were on, and there were some where they were opened up, where other people opened them up to try and smell them. So she tried to smell them and she couldn't smell them. So this should be interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but it should be interesting. Okay, so on this I need to set the crinkle, and here we go. Pop it out on the underside of that. I'll bring this around closer so you guys can see what the heck I'm doing here. Oh, geez sakes. When's everybody else going out? Is anybody else going to be going out Friday? Anybody? You guys, you know, you guys gonna go out any other particular day? All right. So I got some crinkle up in here. Yeah, try and get this folded down. There we go. Down and under. I'm gonna get this up and going. This is a 9x20 bag. It's CeeLo. And I'm taking a deep breath. Because we can do this. Yeah, I put a tablecloth, a plastic vinyl tablecloth on my car, on the hood of my car, in case it rains. You know, and here, Sean discovered a clear plastic shower curtain to cover this stuff up when it rains and people can still browse and see through the shower curtain. I thought that was genius. So yeah, I got one of those. Oh dear Lord. That's what I don't like, is these doggone glue dots. Okay. They get, you know, if there's some surface area that they're not making contact with, and they start sticking to the bag, oh, it drives me crazy. Okay, let me work it up, work it in. Here we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Just put on up in there. Working it slowly. Yeah, this is a big coffee mug. Oh, God, come on. Keep working it down. A lot of this is like, you know, it hasn't happened a lot, but when it happens, see where the CeeLo dot, the whatcha dots, glue dots came off something and are sticking to the bag. All right, so here we go, like this. And I'm just going to go like so. I'm going to get that in there. All right. And we're going to rotate this back upwards. So I can get it back down to it. Try to take the lid with it while I'm having issues. Whew! I'm having a time tonight. This isn't supposed to be this way. Doggone it. Okay. I got glue all over the place today. These thing's a mess. Oh, I cannot believe this. They were going together so smooth last night. Alright, I'm going to take this. And I'm going to do this off and up. And I'm going to get a different coffee cup because I think this is just too big. And I'm going to have to get a new CeeLo bag. All the freaking damn. Alright, this stuff happens. Just, you know. Gee whiz. I'm just going to go ahead and cut into it because it's starting to damage the box. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna put some tape down. I've got another one in mothballs that we're gonna be able to use. I'm gonna have to take the hot cocoa down. All right. Wow, this is unbelievable. Yeah. Okay. Over here. All right. Right here. Okay, there's the snowman. There's the other snowman. This is perfect. All right, I'm going to be exchanging cups. And see on the, geez. Okay, on these we have the Santa Claus on one side, and then we have the snowman on the other side. So I wouldn't want to be using the snowman side on this one because I've got the snowman solar light that goes nicely with it. So let's see. Yeah, I thought we were gonna, darn it, we're not gonna be using solar lights. I forgot about that. Okay, well, that's for something else down the road then. All right, so, okay, there we go. And, you know what, because of the handle, the way the handle's facing, oh Lord. All right, it's gonna be Santa side. There's no way I can fit it in there going the other way. All right, so Santa side up. This here is what this is looking like. Because of this, the way I attached these two together. Now, if I switch these two around, then I'd be doing the snowman side. But because that's not happened here, okay, I'll do that. Okay, covering up the Tootsie Roll bank. What I could do is something like that. Let's see, can I? Let's just, maybe we can just go like this. You know what I want to do? Yeah, just snug it right between there. Okay. Whew. Okay, we're cruising. We're doing good. 6:55. Not bad. All right. Okay. Where the rest of these go? Oh, heavens to Betsy, come on. This isn't, rocket science. Just open. Let's get another package. That one ain't doing what I need it to do. So because I'm going out tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, and then turn around and do Saturday, the weekends at another place, this is why I'm wanting to get these done and finished up, because there's no way I'm going to be able to come home tomorrow. I think I'm going to be really tired and, do more concepts. So I want to get as much done as I can tonight. And these are going to be it with them, and bow what needs to be bowed, and then that part is going to be done. Come on, man. Stuff is like gum. Alright, so I just want to tap that on. There we go. Somehow I managed to get a doggone. Okay, maybe we can do something like. Yeah, I would like to do that. I'll put a blue dot on the socks. Just attack them so they, you know, get to the front. Just to keep them kind of upright and just to gently. Oh, I'm really having a night. Okay, there we go. All right, now I can put this in the bag. Oh dear Lord. All right. Come on. Come on, come on. Okay. All right, 650. Remember for that one. All right. Next one right here. All right. Try and look up things in the chat. Okay. Let me try and work this stuff in. Tootsie Rolls just went at 50 pops. Ugh. All right. I go ahead at this time and work some crinkling. And get that in there. Okay. All right, I hope I can maneuver this before it sticks to something. Yeah, we got it. All right, success. I think they're fun enough. If I were to put anything more in here, I mean, we could work this all the way up to $50 and not even know it. You know, you can get really, really talented with these and just not even realize how much cost, you know, has been put into these. So come on over here. All right. zip tie. All right, I need a bigger one. I just had it. Ooh. Okay. That. All right, come on, come on, come on. All right, I got my zip tie and I'm going to start gathering up at the top. So I'm going to pull. Well, I got those little glue dots, like the residue of the glue on my hands. Sticky. Okay. If I'm bringing that and bringing this and go ahead and put it like so. That nice and tight. A little poof. I'm going to tape these bottoms under. Tape down the corners. All right, and that's it. This is the concept. So we have the full Tootsie Roll bank, reusable bank, piggy bank, and the hot cocoa for the Keurig, the Santa Claus snowman mug, Tootsie Pops, and then the Tootsie Pop socks. And that's it. That's this. That's it. That's how. So I got 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. This is 3, and I got a few more in the other one. I want to say maybe I got about 6 of these. And then I've got, of course, when we did the Lucky Charms and the Captain Crunch, I got a good amount of these. A good amount of them. And if I don't move them, there's some store clerks that I love that, will be getting these. Because, those Circle K workers, Wendy did something really neat with the door dashing. So, just to spread goodwill. And so she made up those really cute little treat bags. And, just going to pass them out. And, she door dashes, hand them out to the driver. That's really cool that she does that. All right, so I got one more to do, which is here and here, and then this over here. Okay, so here. All right. On this one, I'm going to put both socks in. I'm just going to go ahead and put both socks in for them. Make sure there's no price tag. I need to get this plastic hook off of there. There we go. Sorry, guys. My apologies. Okay, I'm just going to kind of pull them, so that they lay nicely. So that they lay nicely. Do, 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 do. How do I want to present these? Oh, Lord. I could do that. All right. Well, we could do this. And I think I'll stick with that. Okay. Oops, sorry guys. Dog. I got a new phone and I got a new case for it. And the stand, and I paid $55 for the case because it's also a magnetic charging case. And it's got a little kickstand. Oh, the phone's just too heavy for that stand. It doesn't support it very well. All right, so I just wanted to jump on a bit. I just wanted to talk over where I'm at in my game plan. And I gotta haul ass on the rest of these. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll be posting a short on these. And you guys can see how it turns out with the bows and all that good stuff. So thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. This is Shannon, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Mwah. And